popping fireworks and people with PTSD. They're in all our communities too. We do our best to try to do that.
Though, on 4th of July, it's kind of interesting, I kind of realized it's happening. You know what, 364 days out of the year, it's coming, right? So that's not really a good argument either.
And
No,
for us,
But you have to understand, he is from Kenya, and they do that more often.
No,
than
I'm
here.
okay, you know, that's the thing
Yeah.
about, that's the thing really, when we talk about this, about Kenya versus here.
it's your surroundings, it's your surroundings, right?
Right, and it's never happened here. And so that's a strange thing, and that's, I can even talk, now I'm kind of talking, I can talk as a military guy, but I'm talking even as a council member, right, as an old council member. Never happened here before. And, okay, all right, more normal over in Kenya, and that's okay, and it's, you know, as you said, church adjacent. Okay, normalize it a little more in some way, because there's always something going on.
Our three are the VFW, the church is there, which we have St. Michael's, we've got First Lutheran. There's two other ones in town as well, hey, they do them there. VFW's Main Street, I mean, that's Highway 60 technically right through, and they do it right on that front sidewalk when it does happen. The cemeteries in the city limits as well. This is a new situation for this community is what I'm seeing, and it's something that needs to be addressed, obviously, which you people are doing, which is great. But for you, sir, for you serving, Neil, thank you for your service, but we're not gonna be able to run around and tell every person that way either. And when they do it in town, they don't go to the city council and say, hey, there's a memorial service 2
No,
weeks
again,
down the road.
Mind you, right, even in my particular case, I had a pretty intense attack, fine. And you heard what I said, I'm like, you know what? I see what's going on. Okay, let it ride, right? No harm, no foul. That's me. Now, if I'd made a complaint, we'd be in a whole different hoop kettle here, right? We don't want that, none of us want that. When we argue about, even when somebody says, you feel, that's the problem is, we're human beings. The law, there's the letter of the law, there's the intent, the spirit of the law, as you well know, right? Most of us should be familiar with that, and that's the thing, so, not me. So, and that's the thing is what I appreciate Mayor Jeff talking about, it's like, hey, we're looking to change this because, okay, this is what's happening these days, and it's come to our little burg now. Okay, great, I'm glad that that's going on, because I don't want, me personally, I don't want this to happen again.
And you brought up a good point about letter of the law versus spirit of the law. Letter of the law would state, if you are going to fine someone, you cannot legally fine the Kylo family. They did not pull the trigger. That you can't do that. That's state statute, that's legalities. I can't pull you over and issue you, ma'am, a speeding ticket for what she did. You can't do it.
And I'll just address that just a little bit, and that's the thing, is like, look, they're talking, and it's just like, they're looking at revising things. They said they weren't, council's already said, hey, we're not pushing this forward. Honestly, I already know if they had, they'd kicked it over to the city lawyer, you know that as well as I do, right? And so it's for everybody else, that's what would have happened, and then it would have, you know, bean counted.
And
That's not what's going on, because what we have here, as you can tell, especially, you know, everybody out here, but especially for the Kylos, it's like, they're addressing and they're trying to fix the human side of the house, trying to be the empathetic folks, and that's, and I'm gonna emphasize regardless of, not regardless, but especially because of, you're disappointed in how the council operated. Understand where they're coming from, I will say that. Understand they're trying to do better, understand they're trying to improve it for people coming down the pipe. That's what I would say.
And my recommendation to the council is if you are going to amend that, put it in black and white, specific time frame that you need, and make sure that people are aware of that if that's the road you're gonna take. Because then it's spelled out right there. It's not, we need X number of days or whatever it is. But remember, funerals, depending on if it's cremation or not, you're looking at about a 7-day window for notification when that happens.
I believe this was a memorial, so he was.
Right, so there was more time that way, but
Which
yeah.
is helpful if we can.
I think it's like,
But not everyone's gonna do it.
and one last piece, so you're talking about the locality and location and proximity. You can hit my house from here with a stone. So if you put it over to the property that we're talking about specifically, you can throw an insult at me and wound me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So in this particular case, we're not even talking about canvassing the block. Hey, we're gonna be firing something off. That's all. It's literally, it's like those people that are within like earshot. I mean, when I say earshot, like can hurt your earshot, that actually makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody here is trying to denigrate service members. If I did, y'all don't know me well enough, but everybody up there knows me well enough. I have no problem climbing up somebody's backside and camping out there. I don't. And Heidi will then beat me to death, honestly. No. Strike that from the record. But the point of it is that no, it's trying to use common sense. And I think in this particular case, I think the council is trying to move towards that common sense resolution of it. At the same time, like Jeff said, the apology's been put out. It's really sorry and it's unfortunate that this has occurred and has moved to this stage right now. Hopefully, we'll get something positive out of it and move forward.
That's why these people are here tonight. They have a right to redress of grievances, whether the council's already decided to take other measures. This-
I understand.
This family has a right, and other people, other veterans,
I understand.
other interested people have a right to come here and redress their grievances.
I think that there's a reason why I'm here tonight, right?
And I'll say this as my closing piece. There is the letter of the law, and the intent of the law, the spirit of the law, but there is also a point to be understood that this country, this republic, was founded by people who said, we've had enough of the letter of the law. And sometimes we're not going to wait around for our public servants, our servants, not our rulers, not our officials, not our superiors. We're not going to wait around for our servants to get on board. A grieving family, the last thing in the world that they want to do when they're getting ready to say goodbye to someone that they cherish and they hold is have to get run through the ringer of a bureaucratic mess of any city, of any size. They want to say their goodbye and they want to do it in a way that honors their loved one. And to find out months later that someone, for what appears to be incredibly petty reasons based on the public information, would even propose to the fellow council, and the council didn't immediately shut it down, that they should be fined.
Does anyone else have anything to say? I think
that is
we've gotten
disparaging.
the idea, but we understand what you're saying, we appreciate your input, heard and noted.
You just don't like what I'm saying.
No, I listened to it all and I understand, but I was wondering if anybody else here had something they wanted to say, let's give them.
I got something said. Now, what would happen if Neil was a prick and decided to sue the city over that because he wasn't informed about this? What would have happened then? That'd have been okay? Just throwing that out there.
Is your ordinance that's civil, correct? That's not a criminal side. Your ordinance will be civil.
Yeah, the only thing in the ordinance was if it was a misdemeanor,
Right.
which this wasn't, so the
Yep.
fine would
So
not.
then that would be a civil issue is what that would be. It wouldn't be on the criminal side.
Still sue the city for it. I think they have a right to know ahead of time to inform people such as Neil or even somebody with a dog that's afraid of firearms to inform them. And if you don't have enough time, you can't say, okay, go ahead. I mean, it only makes sense.
You said that, is that normal protocol to inform the town, whether through an announcement or?
So for us, weekends, a lot of times we don't get notified for it because whether we're working or on call, and if we are aware of it, if we're doing an escort as well after the fact, then yes, we'll notify dispatch, let them know military honors today at whatever time, at what building, got it, thanks. I don't remember the last time we did one in town, obviously different than here, that we actually had a complaint that somebody called in a gunshot when that's going on. It's just so regular that happens in town that no one thinks twice about it.
And that may be the difference too, right? You know, it is a lot different, people are used to it. So, you know, that's understandable. But yeah, obviously it's a little different here. And there's no church nearby or cemetery, so I think it's, you know, probably a little confusing too. So,
Yeah.
but that's good input. Anybody else?
So, anybody else from the public? Otherwise, I'll look to the council if you guys wanna say some more things or wanna make a statement or.
No, I think we were able to talk. I don't need to say anything.
I said what I wanted to.
Caleb, you wanna say anything, or?
I guess might as well. I don't think I've formulated or said my entire opinion on it. I believe as a council, when this was brought up in April, that, we brought up ordinance 32 as, we voted to uphold ordinance 32, and we voted to uphold that, and I believe in this situation, as it reads, I wanna read it for people what it says in the ordinance. It reads in section 4, discharging firearms. No person or persons shall willfully discharge firearms within the village proper, comma, endangering the lives of the inhabitants of said village. And so, when I read that, the comma, it's very vague, as we've kind of, as we've said. And how I read it is they did not break that protocol, because they may have discharged firearms. We can have that discussion if they did or not, if they're live rounds or blanks. We can say that they did, but I do not believe that they endangered the lives of the inhabitants. And so I believe it is our responsibility. We decided to uphold this ordinance. I believe they did. And so that's where I stand.
So, if there's any final comments, I don't see any more, you wanna?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, Brian Edwards, I live up on the hill. I want to address the firearms issue, because I think you're right, the statute's a little bit vague. If you look at the federal, or the state statute, 609.66 subdivision, subdivision 1A, whoever does any of the following is guilty of a felony and may be sentenced as provided in paragraph B. Number 3 under that is recklessly discharges a firearm within a municipality. The reason I bring that up is, I'm sure you've heard me shooting out on my property, maybe not. I'm sure you probably heard me shooting out on my property. I hunt out there. I carry a firearm with me when I'm in the woods. We have coyotes that roam in that area. Barring any clarity in that city ordinance, I will continue to shoot on my property because I've developed a berm which to shoot into. It's been nothing but absolute safety when I'm doing so. So that's the point that I want to make. It's not necessarily a felony. You have to prove reckless intent.
Yeah, and just, we are going through our ordinances, it's just
Yep. And
we're on the zoning part of it right now.
yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure, any ordinance change comes up, it's gonna come up for public comment.
Absolutely.
And
It's
be there as part of
required.
that.
Any other public comments? I wanted to basically close the discussion by saying that I want to thank everybody for commenting, making comments here tonight. I think it's helpful to talk about this tonight, and for us as a council, get some clarification how we should proceed in the future. So, we didn't want to see this happen, but we're here tonight. We want to, first, I mentioned this before, I'm sorry to the family. But at the same time, we can do better as a city. We can improve this ordinance. We want to make sure that there's not any, moving forward, there's not this day situation that can potentially happen again. And, hearing the council's comments, the thoughts, I don't think that the council wants to pursue a fine.
No, we can't.
No, we
It's a
can't.
non-issue,
So we
so
can't, it's really a non-issue,
Not
like
an
the
issue.
council says here, it's really a non-issue. We're not going to, entertain that idea tonight. That's normally when we finish these discussions, we'll ask for a motion for, if it's something that we have to vote on, I'll ask for a motion. I've seen that there's not gonna be a motion. This basically this issue is, I would say we resolved the issue, I think. We're not gonna pursue this any further.
Will you put it in writing for them, that they know it's a dead issue?
It will be in the minutes,
In
like
the
everything
minutes,
else
it will
that's
be
discussed.
public.
So,
Just a quick question, what steps are you gonna take that this doesn't happen again then?
The next
to another
ordinance,
family.
we're reviewing the ordinances, so the ordinance will be reviewed.
It's just, it's a process and we're going through all of them, but that will definitely be.
I think that's the main reason this family and I are here, is that we don't wanna see that happen again.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
And I know that you guys don't wanna see that happen again, but I mean, it's a tough situation all the way around.
100% agree.
And I guess someone had to be the first, right? Unfortunately, it was you, but, you know, like you said, we've never encountered this before, and here we have this ordinance, and now it's like, well, that's not adequate, so. Yes, definitely moving forward, we're gonna change some things.
Yeah, so after we're done with our zoning ordinance, then that's the next one.
And hopefully, you know, we'll have the meeting minutes, ready to go next month if you guys want to leave them, they'll be online. You know, so. Yes.
So you won't see it in next month's paper, it'll be the month after, because they're official at the next meeting when we approve them, and then they get posted.
You put them online.
Yes, we also have a website, so they will be online too, so.
Mr. Mayor, thank you for your opening. I know that I came off a little harsh. This stuff's important to me.
But it's important to us too, and I hope you realize that. We are certainly not anti-military. And we
That I
definitely
did
want
not say.
Everybody's family members to be honored, and the people who have served and serve our country, definitely. So,
Well, thank you guys for all coming, I really appreciate it.
thank you.
You get a ticket, and you get a ticket, and you get a
Sweet corn there too at the corner, four-way town.
Yeah.
It's legal. It's not weed, it's sweet corn. Well, that's legal too. That's legal too. Anyway, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Not like me. You bet.
Sorry to
Stephanie?
make you guys come up.
Yes, it's embarrassing.
Since you started all this,
Sorry.
I didn't really need to.
everybody, this is Stephanie. She will be joining Skipper and I, and maybe Eric. We might even be able to talk.
We'll get Eric in on this.
We'll even talk about it. But this duo, this is Eric and this is Stephanie. It was their dad, and we're definitely going to be bringing Stephanie on for Veteran Nation as soon as we can get it set up.
Thank you.
Not because this isn't resolved, but because these are issues that need to be talked about, and we need you guys out there on my platforms and on the Veteran Nation platform. We need you to help us hold them accountable to make sure this actually changes. Because what I heard tonight from two of the council members was they were okay with one individual who went on for a long time but didn't push back on them. And this is what's really important about small town politics, is folks like this. Like it's harmful to the families, and all the promises about changing ordinances and all of that. Does changing the ordinance do anything for you guys now?
No.
Eric,
No.
it's free.
No.
You're free to speak your mind, Eric.
No, I like I said in the meeting, I was just disappointed that we had to come to this.
Even come to this point. And that's why I tell all of you guys, and they'll hear it here too, get involved locally. You don't have to be on the council, you don't have to be mayor, you don't have to be on a committee. Get involved and get to know how this stuff works. This stuff is very important. So
Sorry about you.
Thank you. I am sorry for you.
Man, not every day you get a chance to keep yourself.
Oh, no.
Like
but-
in the greater scope of things, like I said, it's like as long as they're, like I said, I was on the council too, so it literally is this little jacked up family, right? And so they're always constantly trying to get their stuff right, getting their stuff squared away. It's a little bit of a challenge. So this, unfortunate as it would happen though, is like, well, okay, you're doing review on ordinance. Good, pull your head out of your backside, you know what I'm saying? So, not, it's unfortunate it happened, but if it moves 220 souls down the line to a better place, better, you know what I mean? Hey, glad you came down.
well, I came up. This is up for me.
This is up for me. I don't know, it's like, I tell you what, if it gone the other way, with better content to totally blow the lid off. But it's like relatively, I'm glad that it actually just.
Sounds like he knows who I am.
No, I,
He's
look,
like,
hey man, I was
better contact to blow the lid off of it. I'm like, yeah, somebody's.
Look, I see social media, and besides, that's infantry and military intelligence. You think I don't? You know?
Okay, well, first of all, we know there's no such thing as military intelligence.
Well, you know, maybe you join a real service rather than being the second. So, you know.
Wait a minute, you were Army too, bro.
Yeah, but you were 82nd. Give me that crayon back.
No, that's the Marines, and that's my co-host on Veteran Nation. So,
No, yeah, I started out in the 25th. So
when I push back on people too, I want you to know it's not personal. So.
no, it's like no. I said there was a piece where I got up.
Sometimes.
Right? There's that piece I got up. Right? And I was like, right? It's like okay, we're going to war. And, you know, but it was like one of those things. It's like wait a second, they're going to pick apart your thing. I'm like, shut up, sit down, enjoy the ride. You know, because you know what you did is you got on something that's important to you, which I understood is important to me, and that's where it's just like I don't know, okay. I'm going to see the military for a second. The clowns up front, they're still going to listen because they're not big
The
enough.
mayor was listening. The other two were not.
Yeah,
Notice I was the only one that got cut off.
you started something. Oh, really? And that's probably why.
To be fair, what was your first name?
Neil.
Neil, you were too. To be fair, and I say that because I know as a veteran soapboxer.
All right, no, you're good.
As a veteran
Thanks.
soapboxer, I recognize soapboxing when I see it. The difference was they appreciated what you were saying because you were backing her. She didn't appreciate what I was saying because she doesn't know me and I wasn't backing her. And the reason that I know that is because I've been through this numerous times in public meetings.
Yeah,
I don't want to keep you, and I'm going to say goodbye to
no, you got it. Finish up. A little bit of AR going on, right? So, yeah, no, I appreciate you coming down. I was glad somebody showed up that was.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, so thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for being with serving.
Oh yeah, you too, man. Be safe.
There we go. Okay, there we go. So, I hope that you guys, we can piece this together and come up with something. Thanks for tuning in and watching. We're going to be paying attention to Denison and see how things go from there. So until next time, my friends, fight for your freedom, it is yours. Fight for your liberty, it belongs to you. And Sic Semper, Tyrannis.